Hi, it's nice to have you here. I'm excited that you're interested in exploring the idea of working with me one-to-one. I'm making this video so you can understand a bit more about the in-depth process if you choose to work with me over our 4, 8, or 12-week program. In this video, I'm going to explain what the 4-week program looks like. This is my go-to program. This is an excellent program if you're looking to deal with one presenting problem, so anxiety or addiction or depression or low self-worth. One RTT session is usually enough to understand and let go of one presenting problem. If you're experiencing more than one of those presenting problems, then it might be that we need to have more than one RTT session. But my go-to foundational 4-week program is what I'm going to talk about in this video. I want to explain it to you in depth, and then if it feels like the right fit for you, you can book a discovery call with me. We can get to know each other a little bit better, and I can get you booked in for your sessions. So my foundational 4-week program is a combination of 3 coaching sessions and 1 deep dive hypnotherapy session. So we work together over 4 weeks. I'll explain the process of how these sessions are separated out and what's involved in each. Obviously, in order to get the process going, you do have to fill out some forms and get those returned to me before our first coaching call. We start with a coaching call, which is a conscious conversation to help me understand the big picture of you and what it is and what the struggles that you are facing. So the big picture is we want to understand what are the stresses, what are the strains, what are the emotional woundings. Usually there are a bunch of reasons that are either caused by your presenting problem, whether it's anxiety, addiction, or depression, or these struggles that we're facing contribute to us having these patterns of behavior or coping strategies that aren't serving us. So understanding the big picture for me is really important, so I can understand what's going on and kind of what got you or landed you in this place. I kind of say when people find me, they're stuck in a bit of a rut. I truly believe it's possible to get out of the rut, but we need to understand sort of like some of the driving factors of what got us here so we can take action to get us out of the place we're feeling a bit stuck and paralyzed in. So in the first coaching call, we understand the big picture. Are you lacking self-worth? Are you having trouble sleeping? Do you experience some anxiety? What was your childhood like? What are your biggest stresses and strains and problems that you're facing in life in the last few years? It helps me understand you better, but it also helps you understand a bit more about yourself and how you kind of landed in this little sticky rut that you find yourself in. And having those perspective shifts from there is a really important part of the healing process. Often, when we find ourselves stuck in this little rut, we can be very hard on ourselves. We can speak to ourselves very badly. We can feel like we're broken or there's something wrong with us. And that keeps us stuck in the rut. So we want to start to shift our perspective of ourselves, see ourselves with a bit more kindness and compassion, so we get to start our healing journey. So once I understand the big picture and you start to have a few perspective shifts, then I want to understand what is the outcome you're looking for from this hypnotherapy session and this program, and how do you see yourself thinking, walking, talking, acting, behaving, and feeling, being the next best version of yourself without the presenting problem holding you back. So the reason I want to get into the detail of who you see yourself becoming and what's important to you as you be this next best version of you is because hypnotherapy is about being suggestible. And at the end of the hypnotherapy session, I make a personalized recording for you, which is specific to you, using all the powerful, positive, and empowering words that you see yourself moving towards being. So when I'm using your words, your phrases, your ideas, etc., in the recording that I make for you, they're going to feel safe and comfortable to your mind. Therefore, your mind's going to be more likely to buy into these ideas. Therefore, you're going to have a better outcome. So this recording that you're going to listen to is a rewiring hypnosis recording. Your mind learns by repetition and consistency. So you're going to listen to that recording like a daily meditation every day for at least 30 days, minimum of 30 days. Most people like listening to them. They listen to them for much longer because they're filling their mind with all the good things that they're moving towards being. Plus, they're taking some time to be still, to connect, to be present. So the process is very specific and tailored for you and the outcomes you are looking for. It's not about me telling you, I think you should live like this, behave like this, and think like that. You know what it means to you to be the next best version of you and how you want to live your life without the struggle that's holding you back. And so it's your words and phrases that I use in that recording so you get the best outcome that's possible for you living your life. So that conversation takes about an hour. From there, we do your hypnotherapy session. I like to do your hypnotherapy session quite close to that first coaching call. We want to get to the hypnotherapy session because that is where all the good, juicy magic and changes happen. So within 1, 2, or 3 days, we have your hypnotherapy session. So I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and an advanced rapid transformational therapist. What that means is RTT is a special kind of hypnotherapy, which is a combination of psychotherapy. So that's basically talk therapy. We do lots of talking while you're deeply relaxed in hypnosis. Plus, I use principles of CBT and NLP. But the whole point of that session is to help you understand the root cause of the presenting problem. So it's through the way that I question you and the processes we go through that you get this very profound understanding of what it is that's underneath or creating or causing or driving these presenting problems, driving the drinking behavior, creating the anxiety, the depression, or the low self-worth. When you get this understanding in the hypnotherapy session, it is a very profound experience. It's like the jigsaw pieces of you finally fall into place. It's like you get so much clarity on yourself. It's like a huge sense of relief and release. It is a very amazing process. From there, with that understanding, I take you through some healing and empowering processes. We do emotional wound healing. We do inner child work, whatever I feel is relevant to you. I've got lots of tools in my toolbox to take you through. And then at the very end, I make the recording for you. So that hypnotherapy session is a very deep dive. It is truly the most amazing experience. It takes around 2 to 2.5 hours. It is intense. It is often very emotional. We're exploring the hurt feelings that usually started when you were young. The feelings create the belief creates the internal dialogue creates patterns of behavior. So often there is a big emotional release because we've been holding on to these feelings and these beliefs in our subconscious mind for many, many years. We don't need to be afraid of feeling our feelings. When we feel them, we heal them. So it's a good process and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes you might feel sad, sometimes you might feel angry, sometimes things are funny and we laugh, we just go with it. But that session is very profound. I make your personalized recording at the very end of the session while you're still deeply relaxed in hypnosis. That recording is about 20 minutes, like a daily meditation. And that is your subconscious homework, and it's a part of the therapy. You must commit to making time to create space to listen to that recording every day. So from here, we've had a very profound shift. You understand yourself better. And now with this understanding, we need to make changes at the conscious level, how we think, how we behave, how we're living our lives, that are going to support us out of the rut and to be more in alignment with the new beliefs we have about ourselves at the conscious level. So as your coach, I give you conscious homework. The conscious homework, a big part of the conscious homework, is about learning how to master your mind. Whatever the struggle or the issue you're facing, your mind is a very big part of what's holding you back, your internal dialogue, how you speak to yourself, what you're thinking about, what you're worrying about, what you're ruminating on in the past. So I teach you a process to retrain your conscious mind to think better thoughts. I truly believe that your mind is a superpower. Your subconscious mind is the programming that runs the conscious thoughts, behaviors, and actions. But we can really tune into our conscious thoughts as well as changing our subconscious thoughts or beliefs by listening to the recording. And by doing both of these things, that is how you get such transformational, fast results. So you're going to be practicing the process to retrain your conscious mind to think better thoughts. The thoughts and the pictures we create in our mind create our reality. So we really need to tune into those thoughts and make sure we're thinking thoughts that serve us, that make us feel good, that take us where we want to go. Another part of the conscious homework is about self-care and self-love. Taking care of ourselves, filling up our tank, doing good things for ourselves, honoring ourselves, and building our sense of self-worth and self-esteem. When we feel better about ourselves and feel like we're good enough and we're worthy, then it's easier for us to make better choices. And that's really what this whole process is all about: choosing ourselves, choosing thoughts, choosing behaviors, choosing feelings that are going to serve us for our highest good for the future. So there is a commitment also to integrate these new habits, rituals, and conscious homework integrations. But doing the combination of those things as well as listening to your recording is why this program is so incredibly powerful. So from that hypnotherapy session, you're going to get busy listening to your subconscious homework. You're going to be making those changes at the conscious level. Then we have a check-in coaching call 2 weeks after the hypnotherapy session, and again at the end of 4 weeks. So those catch-up calls are about 30 minutes each. They're an opportunity for us to talk about how you're going. Are you doing your homework? Are you noticing changes? Do you need more conscious homework? Have you got questions? And maybe if I'm hearing justifications and excuses about why you're not doing what you need to do to get the best outcome for yourself, I will kick you up your bum as well. As your coach, I'm there to support you with kindness, with compassion, and with love. But I'm a very straight talker, and I'm going to call you out and hold you to account to make sure you're doing what you need to do to get the best outcome for yourself. I want you to get the result you want. I want you to feel better. So I'm going to push you to do that. I truly believe that we are each responsible for our own mental, emotional, physical, emotional health. I see my role as your guide. I'm there to show you the way, to guide you, to support you, but you have to be prepared to put the effort in. So those 20 and the call it 2 weeks and 4 weeks are about 30 minutes each. In between those calls, though, if you do need support, if you've got questions, if you're having a wobbly day and you need a perspective shift or a kick up the bum, you can text me or email me. We can jump on a call and I can help support you through whatever you're facing at that time. I truly believe in the value of this process. I have taken more than 1,000 people through this process. I know this process works. You have to be prepared, like I said before, to follow through, to commit to the process. And if you do, you think about in a few short weeks, you can feel very different. And really a few short weeks in the scheme of your whole life is like the click of some fingers. So if you commit to the process, do what I ask you to do, seriously, within a couple of weeks, you will feel very different. No matter what struggle you are facing, within 2 weeks, you will be very pleased with how you are feeling and the results you are experiencing. And from there, you have momentum, you have motivation, and you keep building from there. Most people, when I check in with them at their 2 and 4 week check-in calls, are absolutely thrilled with their results. They use words like, I can't believe how easy this has been. You are some kind of a magician or a wizard. I'm neither of those things, but I truly believe in the process that I take you through. So if this sounds interesting to you and this sounds aligned with you and you're ready to actually make a stand for yourself and do what you need to do to feel better, then please book a chemistry call with me. I'd love to support you on your healing journey. I'd love to connect with you.